Welcome everyone and welcome to today's video. Something a little bit different today because big news has come out of the business world of racing, in particular sim racing, or sim code racing we could say, because Codemasters is being bought by EA for $1.2 billion, as you can see there from the article here from motorsport.com. It's not just on this website, it's on all the refutable news websites as well. And for anyone who has lived under a rock, as it says here, Codemasters create the Formula One games and have done for quite a considerable amount of time now. And personally, those games have been going in a good direction of recently. 2020 was a good game, edging a little bit more towards the sim side of things, but still retains that arcadey feel, so it's accessible to a large amount of people. You can kick back and play it with a controller or plug in your wheel and get a bit more serious in the game. And this is big news because not only is it a shit ton of money, because I think that's just under £1 billion if you can convert it to sterling. It's interesting for a number of reasons, because EA are only really known for a couple of racing games. Burnout and Need for Speed are the two that really come to the top of my mind. And they've been on a massive decline of late. I can't remember the last time I had a Need for Speed game. It might have been Most Wanted, and that was some time ago now. Makes me feel very old. And ever since then, they've just been on a decline. They're not what they used to be. You can't play those games now unless the Need for Speed games now unless you've got an internet connection, and they're not as accessible as what they used to be. Those games used to be all about suiting up your car, changing the body kits, and doing like the old street racing. Whereas now there's something completely different, and Burnout might as well have its name changed and be rebranded. So it's interesting because what are they actually going to do with Codemasters? To me, I think it's more of the marketing and distribution side of things. EA is one of the top publishers and biggest publishers in the gaming industry. There's no doubt about that. Still quite bizarre how, because they've made so many mistakes in the past, and I think we can kind of see that now with them, is that they have been so heavily involved with the creative side of their games. And I think they've just been a little bit too hands-on, and unfortunately that's been at a detriment to their games, Anthem being one of them, the Star Wars Battlefront games. And what they're doing now, what I've personally noticed, is they're taking a little bit of a step back. They're letting the more kind of indie type games shine through and letting the developers actually do what they want, and they've just concentrated on getting that game out there, doing what they're best at, which is the marketing and the commercial aspect of the gaming industry. And this is interesting. Now, this isn't set in stone because EA have outbid Take-Two Interactive. Now, for anyone who doesn't know who Take-Two are, they're most commonly known for owning Rockstar Games, who create the Red Dead Redemption games, the GTA, a number of other RPG games, and the 2K basketball games for the American viewers who are watching this. So they have no experience in any racing games. As you can see on screen, there's just a kind of an image of what they currently have in their roster. So I'm intrigued to know what their plans would be for this, for Codemasters. And I know why both EA and Take-Two are interested. It's for one sole reason. While Codemasters create the Project Cars games and the Dirt Rally games, it's all about Formula One. Formula One is one of the biggest sports in the world. It's definitely the biggest motorsport in the world. And from a commercial perspective, that Formula One license is money. And this bidding war that could possibly happen going on into the new year, because Take-Two have said they're re-evaluating their situation. You know, they may come back in and make another bid. the guys at the F1, the top guys at F1, they're going to be sitting there going, oh, we like this, because it's going to mean more money to them. And we know how much money is important, or we know how money is very important to the guys at Formula One. So yeah, I'm interested to see. But for the guys at Codemasters, who are a UK-based company set up by a couple of brothers back in the 1980s, I mean, fair play to you. You've now, I don't know what the actual stock value of the company is, or the monetary value of the company, but it's about to be £1 billion worth, or $1 billion worth. So that's your retirement, guys. Take a step back, put your feet up, buy that island, and yeah, chill out. You could probably buy your own Formula One team now. Sod making the games. But yeah, interesting, because I don't know the direction that the Formula One games are going to be going in, because as I said, they've been on the up recently. I've personally liked 2020. It's a game that I just play offline on my own every now and then when I just want to sit back and chill out. And of course, the F1 esports, the esports side of things is massively taking off, and it's getting a bit more traction now. I think racing games, not just the simulated side, but racing games in general, it's becoming more popular, especially with the lockdown. When we had no racing, the guys were jumping on the F1 series, the actual Formula One drivers were racing on the series, and it's probably helped push this deal through and bring Codemasters to the attention of EA and Take-Two. But yeah, stay tuned. This could go on into the new year, but Codemasters are definitely the winners out of this. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it, because we've got a bit of time until the next F1 game comes out in 2021. So yeah, bit of business news there, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to join the Discord. It's in the link in the description below, and see you for the next one.